Hello, beloveds, and welcome to the channel. Welcome to this message. I have a download for you, which is probably in the title of this reading, okay? All right, so here we go. Like Moses parting the Red Sea, your soul is one of prophecy, redemption, and high alchemical magic. This is about biblical times, past lives during the biblical times, past life healing, and past life remembrance. So, like Moses parting the Red Sea. Moses, we know, is a prophet, right? One of God's prophets. But a better way to describe Moses on a true divine soul level is a light worker, just like Yeshua, Mary Magdalene, right? Like Mother Mary, right? Like all of these masters, right? Who are, portrayed as chosen, right? Like Moses was like the chosen, like messenger of God, right? If you've been with me for a minute, if this is your first time here, guys, welcome in. I'm Erica. I am a psychic medium. I am a high priestess. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back for those of you guys returning. I'm still congested, so I might sniffle, I might sneeze, I might cough, okay, because I had flu, and then the flu turned into bronchitis, so I've been really sick for the last 7 days. So it's my first day back recording, back to work. So thank you, mi amores. I've missed you. Whenever I'm not channeling and getting stuff out and I'm just like receiving it, like drives me crazy. Like I have to constantly like keep channeling, keep working, keep channeling. So anyway, so I'm happy to be back. But what I was going to say about this is that Moses, out of nowhere, as this ascended master, divine, masculine, spiritual being, he's been coming to me for the last several weeks. And what's funny is I've actually channeled in other readings here on the channel. I can't remember if they were collective or zodiacs, but several times in the last couple weeks or several weeks, there has been references where I've had visions of Moses, that very pivotal part of Exodus when, in the Bible, when he's, right, he uses his magical staff, being a high priest, okay, of a messenger, a light worker, a starseed, but he uses his magical staff. And if you've ever gone through, the Bible, because I was born again Christian when I was younger, like I started going to church by myself at the age of 18 years old. And then I slowly started inviting my mom, and then she started coming with me, and then slowly but surely she started inviting my dad, and then he started going, and then next thing you know, like my whole family's in church. Everyone got baptized except me. I was saved. But I was, for some reason, baptism never felt right for me. And certain things in the church never felt right for me. And now fast forward, just like many of you guys, I understand why. Because it's an old paradigm, and it's a system of fear mongering and control, patriarchal rule, right? And I'm not saying it's all a lie. That would be a lie. But there's a great deal of it that's not in alignment, right, with God, true God source, okay? So anyway, so I've had a lot of experience delving into the Bible. But what's crazy is that Moses has been coming through. I've referenced the parting of the Red Sea several times. And then all of a sudden, yesterday, because I've been sick, so I've just been like moseying around, laying in bed, laying on the couch, watching TV, watching Netflix, listening to podcasts, trying to read books, things like that. Last night on Netflix, okay, like I go into my Netflix account, and boom, right there as a featured new show is about Moses. My mind went, okay? So Moses, for whatever reason, is very strongly coming through to me. He's like mentoring me in a way. And since I've been sick, you guys, because every time we get sick, sickness is a purge, whether it be, right, bronchitis, the flu, COVID, right? We get sick, but we purge. Our body is, right? Okay. Oftentimes when we're down and out, just like I've been for the last 7 days, I knew that it was some kind of big death, because I got sick literally the day Pluto went direct back into Aquarius, which is there to stay for the next 20 years. Pluto is Lord of the underworld, Lord of death and rebirth, death and life, darkness, shadow, because darkness is where creation is born. So this whole 7 days, I've been in extreme darkness. I'm even channeling the darkness right now today. But I also felt called to, because we know, okay, we know that our clothing, our creative expression, it's a big deal. And the colors we wear and all the things, right? Okay, so right now it's very yin and yang for me. Right now I'm channeling that darkness because that's what I moved through the last 7 days. Like the emotions that came up, the past life regression that came up. And I'm sharing all this with you guys. If you are new here, it's not because I like talking about myself. That's the last thing I like to do. It's because I can only reference my testimony and my journey and what my experiences are. I can't speak to other people, right? So I bring this to you to share. I channel this to you to share. Because I feel that for many of you guys, especially if you watch that Moses, so there's going to be a lot, you know, I mean, because it's really centered around like the biblical energy of Moses versus, you know, they're not going to, obviously they're not going to acknowledge the fact that he's a light worker, that he's a star seed, that he's a medium, that he's a channel, that he's a conduit, that he's prophetic. They acknowledge the prophecy, right? But, you know, Moses freed the Israelites after being in, the Israelites were enslaved in Egypt by a very dark, by very dark pharaohs. Pharaohs whom, you know, claimed to be gods. They were connected to the gods, to the deities of Isis and Horus and Ra, you know, Osiris and, you know, all the Anubis and Sekhmet and, you know, so on and so forth, right? But just like everything, like we're experiencing here on earth at this time, they were dark lords. They were ego-driven and selfish, right? Especially the great Ramses, right? He was known to be ruthless, absolutely ruthless. Like Hitler, like, you know, these energies that have incarnated on earth, and they claim to be these like high power, you know, like I have a connection and I was told to do this and all these things, right? But it was their own ego distortion and darkness that was manipulating the divine energies. They had a choice. They had free will, as we all do, right? Okay, so I'm sharing all this because it's important, because these same type of energies, like the great Pharaoh Ramses, who's, you know, through the book of Exodus, that's all the plagues, the 10 plagues, right? This Pharaoh never learned. He had chance after chance after chance of redemption, but he never learned. And that is a mirroring to many energies here on earth at this time, you see. Dark energies, dark forces that could have redeemed themselves, but chose ego-driven, manipulative, just very greedy, self-driven energy. So their hearts went dark, their hearts went black. And many of you guys have dealt with people and energies like that because of who you are. Because of who you are and why you're here. So again, like Moses parting the Red Sea, a part of this message is very past life driven, because many of you guys tuning in, you had incarnations during biblical times, right? I mean, things that spanned over hundreds of years. What I am receiving and seeing is that for you know, for a lot of you guys, you know, you could have had incarnations as an Israelite or an Egyptian, or you could have been in the royal court of the Pharaoh, the Pharisees. I'm hearing Jesus and the Essenes. Some of you guys, you walked with Jesus. You walked with Moses. You could have been a Hebrew who walked with Moses, or who was freed with Moses, or who helped redeem with Moses. And that is exactly, even if that doesn't resonate with you, you've had incarnations, because that was the message, that your soul is high level here on earth now, and this is who you've been. Prophecy, high alchemical magic, just like Moses, right? Using his staff, okay? Setting intention, channeling the energies. Because truth be told, that wasn't God going, oh, here you go, Moses. That was Moses tuning into his God essence and being guided by source, by his higher self, okay, and higher powers. That magic was within him. That magic is within you. You are here as a new earth redeemer. You are here to free yourself, your lineage, your ancestry, and humanity. To help redeem and bring redemption to Mother Earth once more. So let's get into it, my prophetic baddies. Okay, many of you guys already know this about yourself. I'm going to start with, let's do some like High Priestess Oracle. I forget what this is called. Priestess of Light Oracle. Soul Radiance, look at that. You have an extreme soul radiance. People see you as the angel that you are. If they don't see it, they feel it. They feel your angelic energy, frequency, your angel heart. You have a good heart. You have a pure heart. None of us are all light and that's it. We hold the shadow too. But we learn to heal these dark aspects of self and alchemize them and work with them and turn darkness into light, pain into power. Again, the light, that's why I'm wearing the light. This was actually my grandmother's, who is one of my angels in heaven. She had great taste. My grandmother was such a gypsy soul like myself. The white, the light, the purity, the sovereignty, the divinity, along with the shadow, the darkness. I didn't mean to like do that, but you guys, you know what I mean? I'm just showing you. I'm showing you, okay? So anyways, you are an angel. Look at this beautiful Egyptian energy showing up immediately. Past lives in Egypt. I'm also getting Atlantean energy coming through very strong. Sirius Star Nation coming through, super hot, okay? You can have a deep connection and soul resonance with other prophets. Not just Moses. I mean, you might, you know, have a deep connection with the prophet John. Or just, right, Yeshua, Jesus. You are the phoenix rising, but you mirror this energy outwardly to others. You show other people how to come back to life after the death. You show people how to heal and what that looks like. You bring empowerment to others. You inspire so many. And I don't think a lot of you guys really truly know that about yourselves yet. Maybe some of you do, and that's beautiful. But I'm here as the messenger to share with you that that is the truth. You are the angel upon earth. You hold great alchemical magic within you. Great wisdoms and knowledges that are coming online left and right. Right now, you're radiating at a soul like your soul radiance is huge. It's magnetic. It's shining so bright it blinds those who do not have the eyes to see. It's also very triggering. You are the phoenix rising. You have been through so much. Okay, I think I already know that for, right, a lot of you guys, right, like it's been years and years and years, of course, right, with initiations, lessons, tests after test after test, just like Moses. He had test after test. He had this divine calling from source that he knew was his soul mission that he had to do to free the Israelites, to help, to free them from slavery, from the Pharaoh of Egypt. Again, a dark lord. Moses did not have an army. He did not have wealth or money. He was an Egyptian prince. I love that Netflix is airing this right now, okay? Although I can see through the agenda of like Netflix and why they're doing this at this time. Most people will see it as it's beautiful, it's so, right? But I can see the dark manipulation of what they're trying to do. Okay, so that's just me. But the story is beautiful. Okay, and the way they did it is beautiful. I haven't watched like the whole thing. I started watching it and it's like so good. Okay. And it can open up a whole can of worms as far as like spiritual discussions, because we know that like Moses was like, it's the Hebrew God, it's the one true God. And then like the Pharaoh is like, no, my gods are the gods, like Isis and Osiris, right? But what they both, right? For me, they're all connected anyways. They're all working in unison. It's the humans that twist it up, just like the Pharaoh did, right? So anyways, what I'm getting is that those of you guys who this is for, you walked through these deserts. You walked through the deserts of around, Egypt, the Egyptian deserts. You walk through, like Moses, he travels. It's the Sinai desert, and the Mount Sinai is where he first, had this beautiful encounter and vision with God, and God spoke to him, right? For many of you guys, you're about to have, if you have not already, you're about to have some very spiritual encounters, miraculous encounters of visions, apparitions, divine masters, angels, star family, Pleiadians, Lyrans, whoever. They're gonna start showing themselves. And for me, whenever I'm presented with a divine being or a cosmic guide or whoever, it's because they're multidimensional energies. For me, this is how they come through for me. It's like they're almost like a solid, but they're not. They're like moving. It's like every part of them is like in some kind of movement, but they're solid at the same time. So it's weird, but it's not like an actual person standing in front of me. You know what I mean? It is a spiritual being, and you can definitely, it's light and transparency through them, and it's almost like, it's spirit, it's almost ghostly like, but it's not, it's, you know what I mean? But you're gonna start experiencing this, whether they come to you in a dream, a vision, they appear in the corner of your bedroom when you're laying in bed. Okay, you have been through hell for the last year, 365 days. And I know the journey goes way back before that, trust me. But I'm talking about the last year and the deaths that you've been through this year. I'll share with you guys. I'm someone who like never gets sick. Like I'm just that person. I never get sick. I've gone like years without getting sick. 2024 thus far, starting in January, I got sick for 2 weeks in January. Then I got sick for another 2 weeks in February. I've been sick like 5 times this year. Like, what? Okay. And I'm a healthy person. I take, all the things and good vitamins and supplements and, like sea moss and lion's mane and bladderwrack root and, and berberine with cinnamon and, I take the Armra. I love the Armra powder, it's for me, it's physical purge. It's sickness where it's like, okay, sit down, let's purge some stuff. Let's go within, right? So some of you guys might be feeling that too. Maybe you've been very sick this year, or you've had, several colds, or you've gotten the flu twice, or you know what I mean? Okay, so comment down below, death and rebirth. 2024 is the year of death and rebirth. It truly is the phoenix rising back up from the ashes. You are what's rising up. This is you right now. This is the frequency you're in. This is the energy you're in. This is how the universe knows how to send you your spiritual FedEx packages, okay? Because your frequency is your address to the universe. That's how the universe knows where to send things to you, right? And what to send to you. Okay, so 19 minutes in. You guys, I have so many downloads, so many messages from this week. Like, I can't even explain. Pluto going direct, it did so much, so much. especially if you're a cardinal sign. It affects everyone collectively, but especially the cardinal signs, because for cardinal signs, it ended a 15-year cycle. So whatever you've been going through, darkness, breakups, divorces, death, loss, grief, mourning, pain, betrayal, deception, it was all leading you to this point, right? Again, for everyone, but cardinal signs, Capricorn, Aries, Cancer, and Libra are the cardinal zodiac signs. They're the ones that are the leadership energy. They start a season. That's why they're the cardinal. You know what I mean? They're like the leadership energy. You know what I mean? So I feel like no matter what the zodiac sign is, who's, you know, you tuning in, you are a powerful cardinal leader. That's why you came here. Because I'm telling you guys, we have new souls on earth for sure. Okay, but a lot of these new souls, they're not going to be able to ascend and to learn the soul lessons needed. So a lot of them will transition out or opt out. Okay, but there's a plethora of ancient souls. Planetary guardians, which is another downloaded message that I have to record about being planetary guardians and angels of ancient orders. So that will come next. Goddess Isis. I mean, this is giving me like Isis vibes right now. The winged Isis. Okay. Tenderness is coming into your life because you become more tender with yourself and others. There's more compassion. You show others this tenderness. People feel that tender energy in your presence. And that is a power. That is a gift. That is magic. When people come to you, they feel drawn to you. They feel like you can help them or that you have some kind of answers. Animals feel safe in your presence. They're very drawn to you. They gravitate to you. True love and compassion. You are the phoenix rising from the ashes. You've gotten your wings. And you're here, right? To take flight and show the way for others on how to do the same. Like Moses parting the Red Sea. The love that you hold, it's like the people that he was freeing, you know what I mean? He was trying to be fair to everyone and show love to everyone. Even the Pharaoh, the Dark Lord Pharaoh, who had chance after chance. Each time a plague hit Egypt, he would not bend. He would not bend because of his ego. He was blinded. How many people have you known like that on earth at this time? How many people in political office or, you know, in high, the elites or, things like that, right? Man, they are so ego driven. It's crazy. One of the people that I've seen with like the biggest, I mean, this is just me personally that I've witnessed, and it's nothing against his music or anything like that. It's just what I tune into, what I see on a soul level and the truth of things. Because that's a part of my gifts. I can see the damn truth within people. I can see them immediately. I can feel them immediately. That's a bad apple. They could be a good apple, but they're not gonna go that way. They're gonna stay in the darkness, or they're gonna project, or they're gonna stay in the karmic loops, or whatever the case, right? But one of the biggest ego-driven people I've ever I've seen as far as Hollywood goes and stuff is Kanye West. Oh my God, what happened to that person to make them the way that they are? Anyways, true love and compassion is what's coming into your life right now too. Just like Moses, had his wife, they held it was very beautiful space that they held for one another. A powerful masculine, a beautiful, powerful feminine. Got married, started a family. Moses had this call, this mission, and she was the one there holding space and supporting him. And he needed her for that, for what he was doing. In this day and age for you, that is exactly what you are receiving too. A divine counterpart that holds space for you to flourish in your mission. This time around, we have so many powerful divine masculines here on earth that are part of Melchizedek order, the Knights of Templar, the Sacred Brotherhood, right? Descendants of Yeshua, Moses, etc., and so forth. But we know that the divine feminine rising, the divine feminines, especially divine feminine women, we are taking the power back. We are collapsing the false, dense illusion and matrix systems. And we are here holding that space, and we are calling forth powerful divine masculines to be a safe container for us. This right here is another download that I got for divine feminine, divine masculine, which is a love reading that I'm actually going to record after this. And it's here, it's happening. 9 is the end of a cycle. It's the end of the phase. 10 is completion and new beginning. You are ending a cycle that brings forth love, true love, tenderness, compassion, because of what you've been through and who you are and where you're at now. Okay? A part of your mission here is to mirror that true love energy and tenderness and compassion, because you have to be truly in love with yourself to receive true divine love. At least to a certain level, a certain frequency. Okay? Setting boundaries, the threshold, protection, and honor. You are an honorable soul. Like I said, your heart is pure. Your words are good. Your words are pure. Cast away all judgments, all envy, anything in that realm, jealousy, anger, rage, right? Don't judge yourself about it, but learn to heal it. Right? If you're still, if you're like on Instagram or something and you're scrolling or something pops up and it's a post of someone who is very wealthy and maybe they live in a beautiful home and they're like, they've got 2 million followers on Instagram or something, and that's something that you are striving for, or that's a goal of yours, or that's something that you desire for yourself. But if you see that and you immediately get like an insecure, kind of jealous, kind of envious, like wish that was me vibe, then that shows you that there's separation within your heart that needs to be healed. Why does that trigger you? Why do you feel inferior to that, right? But if something like that pops up and you're like, get a girl, get a boy, rock on with your bad self, that's when you're at that Empress energy and level. Okay? You're here to lead the way, to show others how to set healthy boundaries, but also to set healthy boundaries with those that are out to destroy or out to bring you down or anything like that. Look at the light coming from her hands. Okay, it reminds me of on that show that used to be on HBO, True Blood, with the vampires. And Bill Compton, those of you guys who watched it, you'll know what I'm talking about. When Bill calls out to Sookie, he's the vampire, and she's the human. Sookie. Okay, that's the kind of love, by the way. I mean, like I'm not gonna say exact, obviously, but that's the kind of energy that's coming in. Someone who sees you instantly and knows you are good. You're a pure soul. You're an angel. And they are not triggered by it. They feel the comfort and safety of it. They feel the sovereignty of it. And so does other people. And other people, this is your collective, your future collective. Many of you guys are starting your own YouTube channels, your own platforms, your own podcasts, right? TikToks, whatever it is. You're starting businesses centered around your spiritual gifts, healing work, your soul mission and truth. You are here to lead the way for many. And that is a message that comes through all the time on the channel, right? The power you possess is next level. That's what I mean, like Moses parting the Red Sea. It might be hard for you on a 3D level and on a human logical brain level to conceptualize the fact that you are someone who could part the sea. You are someone who could shift the weather like that. If it's raining and you want sunshine, through your intention and your power and your energy, you could do that. I've shifted the weather. It's not that hard to do if you can get into your heart and drop the 3D illusion and tap into your multidimensional energy. Hell yeah. You can shift the weather. Listen to animals, hear them speak. What are they saying? The telepathy is strong. We have two animals, the giraffe and that's a cheetah. That's a cheetah. Okay, that's a cheetah. And the giraffe. The giraffe is tall, right? The giraffe sees from a high perspective, higher than any other animal besides a bird or like a dinosaur, right? That's you. Loving, compassionate. The love that you've been pouring into self and that you've been giving to others and that you've been showing to others, whether you realize it or not, that is what's coming back to you threefold, tenfold now. You've had healthy boundaries, but that has left you alone. That has left you in isolation. To have healthy boundaries, I can't be around these people. To have healthy boundaries, I got to quit this job. To have healthy boundaries, I got to leave this relationship. You have been alone. You have been hurting. You have been in the shadows, in the darkness, in the darkest, deepest depths of the shadow. And now is your time of life and rebirth and majesty. Trust in your gifts because they are strong. Moses, if you feel called, if this message resonates with you, okay, like, I'm going to say, if you feel called, call upon Moses or any other guides that you feel called to work with. Because like Moses came to me and started coming through to me. And then all of a sudden, like I said, I go on Netflix last night and then I see this freaking whole thing that they just released about Moses. I'm like, are you kidding me? We know there's no such thing as coincidence. Look at this. The circle of eternal joy, timelessness, and the dance of life. You are timeless. You are a classic. You are genuine, authentic. There's not a lot of that energy that exists upon earth. That's why we're here. Bringing forth divine truth, anchoring codes, activations, healing. You are a redeemer. A new earth redeemer, meaning you redeem yourself, you free yourself, and then through your own journey, you show others the way. Of how to redeem themselves too. I'm hearing heart activations with true love and compassion. Oh, and by the way, this just reminded me, see this golden light energy here? That's how, when Moses shows up for me, it's like he's surrounded by golden light. So much so that I can barely even see him. And like I said, he's more of just a spiritual energy and presence. He's not like a solid man that I can see with like flesh and skin. You know what I mean? It's like hard to explain, but those of you guys who know, you know. Pay attention to golden energy right now, because that could be Moses. Like, let's say you're done watching this reading and you go onto your main page on YouTube and then bam, there's a solar plexus frequency, right? Solar plexus, that's golden light. That's the sun energy. That would be a confirmation. That would be a sync. Golden light. Golden codes. The golden order. That's what I'm hearing. A golden divine order. Wow. So you're connected. If this resonates with you, you're connected. You either walked with Moses, you were there during these times, you had past lives during these times. Many of you guys, like I said, there's something so strong about this message. And this is also about past life regression, past life healing. which is another thing that we are here to do. We start healing things that happened to us in other timelines in the past that are still, you know, affecting us, or that are, you know, still within our soul blueprint, or, you know, our cellular blueprint, DNA, etc. You have been dancing through life, putting out one fire after the next. But you know what? It's like, I saw one of my favorite, like, it's like a quote, like a meme, and I just shared it the other day on social media, on Instagram. If you guys want to follow me over on Instagram, please feel free. GypsyCowgirlTarot. It's all one word, and I am meta verified with a blue check mark. But I share a lot over there that, you know, I obviously don't share over here, and vice versa, right? Timelessness and the dance of life. You are mastering the dance of your journey. You're mastering the dance of life, and you are here to show others how to do the same. I do not care for the word guru, because guru indicates that I am all knowing, learn from me, right? When we all have the guru within, when we are all both the student and the teacher at once, right? I'm just looking outside because there's this car. I live in the country, and there's a car that's like stopped in the middle of the road right now. There they go. And it's a gold car. It's like an older, what are they? A Toyota Camry. It's like a Toyota Camry. You know how they used to make the Toyota Camrys in like that, like, kind of light golden color? It's that color. I'm telling you. There. And gold connects to the sun. Gold also connects to the heart. You have a golden heart. You are a golden lion heart. Things are coming full circle for you. Okay? You very much are going to resonate as high priestess or a high priest. You could have visions or remembrances, or feel very drawn to wearing, like, you know, flowy clothes or cloaks, you know, or remember wearing like priestess cloaks or hood, you know, hoods like that. She has a bird above her head too. The visions basically your gifts, right? Like this it's timeless energy, meaning like it's infinite, it's unlimited, what you can connect to and what you can channel and what you can bring forth and what you can create. Like, I'm telling you guys, like, how, right? Like, I'm talking about like Moses parting the Red Sea and high alchemical magic. Like, we know ancient Egyptians, like, they were so profound in their magic. But like I said, as you know, certain pharaohs and regimes, right, like carried on through these years, where they were enslaving the Israelites and just doing terrible things and like whipping people and flogging them and right, like all these things, right? That's the darkness. So they started using their magic and gifts for darker energy, and we know that that is bad. That's black magic. That's dark magic. And even in the documentary on Netflix, you guys, about Moses, like these theologians and these, right, all these people that are like commentary, you know, during a thing or whatever, they've studied all the things in Moses and the Bible and, right, ancient times and historians. They all are like, you know, the Egyptians were known for their magic. So it's like, it cracks me up that people like deny magic being real, but at the same time, it's very blatant that people know it's real. You know what I mean? So anyways, ancient Egypt, okay, you could have had lifetimes, and, you know, we're not like, okay, you might be someone who was a dark magician. You know, you may have gone astray. It doesn't mean you're evil or bad or something. It just means that you came back to make things right. You came back to transmute, to alchemize those lessons, those things that, you know, whatever it was where you created negative karma, right? So it can go both ways. you might have a soul feeling or resonance of like, yeah, I feel like in a lifetime or two or I did some bad stuff, right? I've had lifetimes for sure like that. I've not always been this angel priestess, you know what I mean? Like I've had some lifetimes, right, where it was not the greatest. And those lifetimes that I did have, which were, you know, the way that I've channeled it is several. So I'm going to say like maybe 3 to 5 lifetimes. But those lifetimes, I always see myself as a man. So I incarnated as a man, and I created some very negative karma. But my lifetimes as a woman were my lifetimes of, you know, being a woman, you know? So anyways, why that matters, I don't know. But it's important because we haven't, you know, if let's say you're a man in this lifetime, that doesn't mean you've always been a man in other lifetimes, right? Or vice versa. Creating order and creating balance. I don't know why, but I'm getting New York, Long Island, New York. Okay, so I'm also seeing like airplanes take off on the landing strip. So there could be something about a journey, travel. Just like the prophets, just like Yeshua and Moses, right? They traveled, they journeyed. They followed their visions and their soul and their heart, no matter what. No matter what they knew that they were going to face or didn't know they were going to face. And this is you. Okay, so this has been, I mean, because you, look at, there's the lion and more gold. Like, you can't make this stuff up, you guys, because you guys are courageous. So we have like some kind of like bird. Okay, so the birds of a feather flock together. This is just me, guys, but I can't stand that kind of music. Like, it's not for me. I'm an old soul. I'm an old music girl. I love old, you know, and I do like some newer stuff, but like that, all that. And for me, like, again, on soul levels, I see things very differently, and it makes me very turned off to a lot of mainstream things like that. But like Billie Eilish, and, you know, no offense to anyone. I mean, we're all entitled, right? But this is me personally. She's right. People in Hollywood, birds of a feather, they flock together. And I'm not saying everyone, but we know that that is a dark place. We know that there is, well, I don't know. For me, right, like I was shown years ago, the reptilian, you know, basically like confounds within the Hollywood mountain where the Hollywood sign resides. Okay, so there's some dark, very, right, they call it the city of angels. Like, do you think that, no, that's like a mockery, because it's the opposite of the city of angels. Maybe dark fallen angel. Strength, fierceness, and family. You are fierce and loyal. When it comes to your soul family, your blood family, your friends, your lovers. What did I say earlier? I literally said you have a golden heart, a golden lion's heart. That's what I said. And then literally this card shows up. It's all gold. There's a divine feminine. For me, it's very representative of like the fact that, like, especially divine feminine energy, man or woman, it doesn't matter. But especially women tuning into this, just this very specific piece of this message. It's about, and even if you're a man tuning in and you're watching tarot, you're going through an awakening, you're reconnecting to your own feminine essence and healing distorted ego stuff, and right, all that, again, because we've had past lives as women, men, whatever, right? It's about balancing feminine and masculine, but it's also about, right, knowing your power. And what did I say about leadership? The lion speaks of leadership, cardinal type energy in that regard. You are a leader to show the way. And when you hold these positions like you do, like I do, that's my mission here too. That's why I'm here doing this. It's a part of it. We're also the ones that have gone through the darkest struggles and darkest times. And like I shared with you guys in the beginning, this last 7 days of me being sick, and I know you can hear it, like I'm very, right? It was a very dark 7 days, but a very enlightening and beautiful 7 days at the same time. Like the shift I felt, that I have felt. In fact, like I know some astrologers and other readers, everyone was doing Pluto in Aquarius readings right around when Pluto went direct in Aquarius, right? Not me. You guys know me. Sometimes I might tune in on the transit when it's happening, but I am always guided to tune into the energies after the transit has taken place, to tune into what that means. How is it affecting and what does the energy say? And this all right here is a part of that Pluto in Aquarius. It is about the rebels. Moses, rebel. Not a dark rebel, right? Because we know that rebellious energy, that could be like that. People who just have a chip on their shoulder. If you say left, they're gonna go right. If you say up, they're gonna go down because they're defiant. I don't mean like that. I don't mean defiant. Yes, defiant, but defiant from the heart in a loving way. Moses was defiant because he did not agree with the Pharaoh. He did not agree. He was a prince of Egypt, even though he's Hebrew, right? He was raised, okay, by the Pharaoh's sister, who found him as a baby in the Nile in a basket, right? Raised him as her own. So he, for his whole life, thought he was Egyptian, but he never felt he belonged. Sound familiar? As a starseed, as a light worker, as a black sheep, we have always been so in tune that we could see things that other people couldn't from a very young age. Recently, you know, we have a family friend. If you see this, Lonzo, sending love. But we have a family friend who, you know, has been a friend of ours. You know, he's friends with my uncle, and they came to live with us for a little bit with my parents and my family when I was younger, probably around 12, 13 years old. They came and stayed and lived with us for a while. They were, my uncle and his friend Lonzo were working for my dad. Just friends of the family, you know, and friends with my uncle, etc. Right? Well, just recently, Lonzo, our family friend, he circled back around through Facebook, reached back out to like me and my mom, and so we've just been like sharing, catching up, talking back and forth. But he was talking about how, like, you know, he follows me, and he was like, when I saw you were on YouTube, he's like, I thought, oh my gosh, he's a big actor in Hollywood. You know what I mean? Like, he's in so many featured things. He's out there filming right now. You know, so he's around, like, right, all these different energies and people, and, you know, not that means like something, you know what I mean? Like, trust me, like, I've had my experiences with that energy too. But my whole point of this is that it's just crazy because, like, he had sent a message, and he was just like sharing with me, me and my mom. He was like, Erica, like, he's like, I like to see, he's like, you inspire me, like, to see you doing what you're doing. He's like, I'm learning, like, this is incredible, like, your energy and like all these things, right? He goes, but what's crazy, he goes, is that, like, you know, when him and my uncle, my mom's brother, because him and my uncle were best friends. So, you know, so he tagged along with my uncle and came and lived with us for a while. And like I said, worked for my dad years ago. Like I said, I was like 12, 13 years old. He goes, but I remember, you know, you being, he goes, there was something about you. He goes, I felt like you were this, like, different kind of, like, child. He's like, basically, he's like you were tuned in and knew things that the rest of us didn't. Okay. And he was older than me, and he picked that up from me at, like, when I was like 12 years old, 13 years old. Right. And that's what I mean. You know, so for me, that was very confirming. It was like, thank you for saying that. Thank you. Because I knew that about myself from a very young age, just like a lot of you guys did too. Just like Moses did, just like Yeshua did, right? We know that we're from somewhere different. We know that we may not ever truly feel like we really belong because we're not from here. You know? But that is a part of the journey. That is a part of the journey. is healing and balancing and becoming more anchored and grounded and feeling that, okay, you know what? Maybe this isn't home, but it's home right now. And this is where I feel good. This is where I belong. You know, it's like that. Anyways, but I just want to say, so there could be people resurfacing from your past, friends, family, people you went to school with, who also maybe bring forth some kind of confirmation for you in that way. You know, like I wasn't expecting that, but it was very beautiful to hear him say that. He's very in tune, very empathic. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing him again someday, you know, as our whole family is, and his beautiful wife, etc. Okay. So anyways, loves, I just want to share that with you. And Mercury is now full in retrograde. Okay. So Mercury, the planet of communication, technology, all kinds of stuff, right? Hopefully this Mercury retrograde won't be a complete doozy, but you know, everything goes ass backwards. You can't talk. Everything gets flubbed up. You know what I mean? There could be things resurfacing from the past. Communication coming in from the past. That doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. Like I said, we just like our family friend just started communicating and really reaching out during Mercury shadow period. And this is nothing bad, right? But there could be people from the past that you don't want to hear from, of course, that maybe reach out, okay? Use your discernment. Have those strong boundaries up, okay? All right, let's go ahead and end this message, you guys. Like, because of your courage, your strength, your fierceness, your loyalty to your lineage, to your mission, stepping up and being in the heart and being a leader, even when you felt like dying. I've been there. I've been there a lot, many times. Beating my fists on the ground and bawling my eyes out and screaming out to the heavens. Why have you forsaken me? Why is this happening? Why, right? And the answer is always the same. Because it had to. And when you can surrender to the fact that this is just the things that happen so we can keep rising and healing and our heart keep opening, all those moments is why you're here. It's why I'm here in this energy too. Our soul radiance is beautiful, mi amores. Whether you are man or woman, your soul radiance, it affects many people. Just walking by you in the grocery store, people can feel it. They can sense it. They see it. Are you getting stared at a lot? You know, as a beautiful woman, and I'm going to say that because I am. I'm a beautiful woman. I'm no stranger to being gawked at by, right? There's a difference between people looking and staring and like gawking in that way. You can feel the difference. Like when I walk through a grocery store, like it's like people are like a deer in headlights. Babies, toddlers, children, women, men. This is your time of gathering, your soul family gathering. This is your time of harvest. You're also going to be opening up. There's a lot of open channels opening, okay? Meaning like your gifts are opening up more and more and more. I just did a reading like a week ago or 2 weeks ago. A couple of readings down from this, and it was about prophetic energy, about being a new earth prophecy or something like that. And this can tie into that because we're talking about like Moses and being a prophet and, you know, all these things, right? But I'm here to tell you, gathering of blessings. This is everything you've been going through, and now is your time. It's a gathering of blessings. The universe has been gathering your blessings to drop them in your lap, align them to your life. Oh, it's taken time, just like this reading, almost an hour long. The sun is shining upon you. You know what song keeps coming up again out of nowhere? I posted it, and then I'm seeing other people share it. And you know when you hear things and things keep reoccurring, it's a big deal. There's a major reason for it. And the sun is the Beatles. The song is Here Comes the Sun. There, see, Mercury retrograde just happened right there. The sun is the Beatles. Here comes the sun. little darling. Ta-da. Oh, it's all right now. It's all right, right? So here comes the sun, mi amores, after the time of darkness, after the times of death. And I'm telling you, the last year has been brutal. It's been brutal for me. This whole year has been death after death after death after death, rising back up, but death again, rising back up, but death again. Something pivotal happened this last week when I was sick, you guys. Like the nostalgic, like remembrances and past life energy that I haven't felt for so long. Moments of, you know, like having visions of, you know, me being like 7 years old in my little room growing up and sitting on my bed with my little, you know, our pet dog, and just feeling so loved and safe, and, you know, loving my bedroom and feeling this like excitement of like, you know, just life is all ahead of me. You know, that's an example, but that's nostalgic. That's memory. That's past life. But it's all this like beautiful, like joy and happiness. But there's been so much darkness and pain that's been resurfacing too, right? Something massive has washed away from me, you guys. And I know it's Pluto going direct in Aquarius. I know it's other things. I know it's me. Like this past 7 days, death and rebirth for sure. But I went through another powerful ascension. Like the stuff coming through is crazy. That's why I have so many downloads. Like every time I get a download, I save it in my notes in my iPhone. So like my notes, like there's download. Okay. So anyways, look at that adjustment 24. Looking back and moving forward. No more looking back. Like it's about this is exactly, holy shit, what I'm just talking about. This is what I'm talking about. It's about like looking back to the past or past life things coming up so you can move forward. The owl spirit is huge right now too. The owl energy is huge right now. Okay. One of my spirit guides that came through to me like a few years ago, like they revealed themselves to me. It was like crazy, but it was like a humanoid, like a divine masculine body, like a male body. Okay. Like a gladiator type body, but an owl head. I still don't know the name. I still don't know what it is, where it's from, but it is one of my guides. But also owls are very resonant too. But the reason why I'm sharing that it's a deity of some kind. I don't know. Egypt. I have no idea. Okay. I don't know. But the reason why I'm sharing that is because that I had forgotten about that because it happened like I said, like a few years ago or whatever. And then just like yesterday, the day before, that deity came back through again. Along with Moses and right. But the owl spirit is huge right now. And the owl speaks of extreme wisdom and intelligence, right? Speaks of being able to see everything that's going on around you and being very observant, because the owl can turn their head almost like 365 degrees or something like that. Crazy. It's crazy. Like they just keep going, right? It's like exorcism. The Exorcist, you know what I mean? No, I'm just kidding. But they are just like birds and a lot of different animals. They are messengers. That was my cat, speaking of multidimensional messengers and communicators. What you doing? They're spiritual messengers. They're bringing messages from the spiritual realm. I have an owl that, you know, that I have owls, right? You guys know owls follow you, birds follow you, animals follow you, right? So whenever I need like a message or confirmation, I have an owl that will show up, or at night, if I'm sitting out on my front porch at night and I'm meditating or praying or thinking about something, all of a sudden, sure as heck, here comes the owl flying across, or I hear it screeches, you know, or you hear the hoo, 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 right? So anyways, the owl spirit, it's like you're very wise at this time, okay? And you know that it's okay to look back at the past, but you know that if you get stuck there, that's going to create depression. It's going to hold you back. If you get stuck looking to the future too much, that creates anxiety, fear. Keeps you stuck. It's about being present. It's about tapping into your knowledges, your wisdoms, and being present. Being observant, being present at the same time. Looking back and moving forward. No more looking back. You are moving forward. Things are shifting fast for you. No more stagnant energy. Things are moving fast for you, okay? So before we go, you guys, I know this is a long one, but I've been off for 7 days. You guys haven't had a message for a whole week from me, okay? And I've missed you. Hold on. All I keep hearing is, here comes the sun. Okay, you guys, if this is your message, I'll pin it in the comments too, all right? If this is your message, type, here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, or just do sun emojis. Let's get a Moonology Oracle card here. All right, Spirit, let's wrap this up. Thank you so much. Thank you to Moses. Thank you to all of the energies coming through. Thank you to all of the spiritual guides and divine masters coming through, the angels. Thank you to our ancestors. The ancestors are so strongly supporting us at this time in our journeys. They're cheering us on from the spiritual sidelines. They're all around you. They are your spiritual cheerleaders. They're so proud of you guys, and they want you to see you the way they see you. They want you to cheer you on the way they cheer you on, and the way that you deserve to be cheered on, because this is okay to toot your horn, to honor yourself, to say, I'm a badass. I've been through so much. I'm strong. To get to where I am, I honor myself. I'm a beautiful being with a pure heart and a good soul. First quarter moon in Pisces, honor your feelings. She's sitting near water. The water energy and element is coming through so strongly right now. Even though we are in a fire zodiac season, Sagittarius season, happy birthday, my beautiful Saggies. Sagittarius is, it's fiery, optimism, expansive, luck type energy. It's very go-getter, adventuresome, all that, okay? But it could also be, it's fire. It could be also very pop-off, things like that, right? There's something about soothing your spirit, soothing your aura, soothing your body, soothing your soul, and connecting with the water energy. The water reminds us to be ever flowing in life. Helps us move out of stagnancy and to flow on and to adapt to our surroundings as water takes the shape of whatever it's poured into, right? A bowl, a cup, whatever, right? Honor your feelings, my loves. There's a lot of deep, with this Piscean feelings energy, there's a lot of deep things rising from the depths of your heart and your being and your soul. And whatever it is, no matter how painful or uncomfortable or nostalgic, whatever it is, it's for you to honor and for you to sit with it, to meditate on it and connect. Now, if you don't live near a body of water like the ocean, or it's about natural bodies of water, mi amors, period. But again, always very helpful for cleansing and for, just all to ground and center and, to bring forth like a healing energy. Like we know, like salt bath, Epsom salts, take a goddess bath or a god bath, you know what I mean? Honor your feelings right now, whatever you're feeling, because I know that you've been feeling a lot. I know that you've been moving through it. We know. And that's why you're here. That's why you're here. You are a true angel, guide, messenger here on earth. You are here to live a life full of blessings and harvest. And this time is here. I keep being shown the Chariot card in my mind's eye. In fact, really quick, let's just get a tarot card. Let's just see what wants to come out. We're already an hour in, so screw it, okay? I love you guys so much. I missed you guys so much. Ooh, the Hermit and the Knight of Swords. It's not the Chariot, but it is a fast moving energy. You are very quickly, life is moving very quickly forward, okay? You are this wisdom keeper. You are this way shower. See how he has the light? He's following the guiding light, the North Star, his true north, his soul purpose, his destiny, his North Node. If you don't know what your North Node is, find out, mi amors. Look up what your North Node and your South Node is. But look up your North Node. Spirit is saying right now, look up your North Node, figure out what that is, what sign it is, and watch readings on that right now that resonate with the title. Okay? Like for me, my North Node is Taurus. right? I don't have any Taurus in my planetary placements, whatever, but my North Node is Taurus, right? So a lot of the times the Taurus messages or readings will resonate with me, okay? On that, you know, yep, that's in alignment with my soul mission and my destiny and my work, etc., right? Okay? But anyways, this is about things moving forward very quickly and coming out of that hermit isolation mode that you've been in for so long while you've been healing, while you've been doing past life regression, while you've been, you know, beating your fists on the ground and crying out to the heavens. You know what I mean? I'm also getting, don't be afraid to ask for help and support. Your angels, they're with you. Our spirit guides are around you, okay? But they're not going to intervene on your behalf and free will. You have to be intentional with that. I call out for help. I call out for assistance. Help support me. Infuse me with divine strength at this time and courage. I cannot do this on my own right now. I give you permission to mentor me, to intervene on behalf of my free will. And so it is it is done. That simple, mi amors. And when I'm telling you, you guys, the amount of divine support, especially that I had through this week while I was like so sick and feeling so down and processing so much shit from the last 15 years, and with Pluto moving into Aquarius and going direct, like so much stuff came up to be purged. So again, I was not surprised my body got physically ill or that I caught an illness. All the stuff that we've been holding back and all the stuff that we've been holding on to from the material realm, from the past, that affects us physically, emotionally, mentally, all the shit that we've been holding on to and that we've been afraid to let go of. Here's the Pluto. Here's the Plutonian, Pluto and Aquarius energy, major arcana. There's a death being put to it so that we can move forward in new life as the phoenix rising from the ashes. And many of you guys have done this. Mic drop. Okay, this is beautiful confirmation tying up this whole end of the message. And that's why you are now going to be receiving this gathering of blessings. Universe, spirit, source, your angels, they've been gathering these blessings. I'm getting Lord Ganesh coming through, remover of obstacles. Lord Ganesh could be showing up for you. Thank you, Lord Ganesh. This is Pluto. This is Scorpio energy, the death card. Speaks of spiritual death. Can connect to physical death too, but this is about your spiritual death. This is about death of the ego, death of old ways, death of cycles. Whatever you've been holding on to, that you have to let go of. It's Pluto going direct, putting a death to it. So for some of you guys, you could be feeling, you know, like you're getting hit with things, or maybe that's what you've been moving through, or financial turbulence, or stagnation, or your business is on pause, or you can't, you know, your clients aren't booking, or whatever the case is, right? It's because there's something shifting. Okay, time to put a death to what you've been holding on to and what's been holding you back and keeping you stuck. Time to walk away from the people, places, things that do not serve you, that weigh you down, pull on your energy, drain your energy, your emotions, your time. That's what you've been doing. And look at, you've been on this solo journey alone. You had to leave so much behind, so many people, friendships, family, whatever it is. You've been on this journey alone, okay? Again, 5 of Cups. I mean, this is a lot of emotional sadness and grief, pain, okay, that you've been processing, moving through, that you've been holding on to, but it's also been holding you back. Massive transformation, my loves, massive. So I'm leaving it here. This was a long, long message. So, you know, whoever is here till the end, then congratulations. And thank you for being you, and thank you for being here. Because I don't usually record this long, but this was 7 days in the making, basically. And this was the first one I had to get out. Like Moses parting the Red Sea. Your soul holds powerful gifts of prophecy, and that's what you're here to bring on earth at this time. Prophecy. You're going to know how to help people. You're just going to know how to heal people. You're just going to know things. Just like I do. It's like, that's exactly what I do for work, right? This job is not easy. This job, it's not easy. This mission, it's not easy to hold space for so many people. To be there and show up for the collective every day, but also to like show up for myself, you know? If you are a healer, or if you are a reader, or you're someone who's, right, you're sharing your gifts, or you're putting yourself out there, right? Make sure that you are calling your energy and power back to you. And make sure that you are sending all energy that is not yours back to its original source with unconditional love. You guys know me. I don't believe in that return to sender bullshit. Evil eye, return to sender. But it is okay if you feel guided to send out energy that does not belong to you, and to have it return to its original source with unconditional love. You see? Okay, I love you guys. I hope that everyone has a beautiful day. If you guys want to work with me one-on-one, because I'm not, I'm not like your average reader. And I don't say that in an ego, like, I'm not your average reader. I mean, like, I offer several different types of readings and spiritual services, right? General readings. I offer a 20-minute vent sesh. Like, if you just, like, you need to talk to someone and there's no one to talk to, it's not a reading. I don't tap in. I don't channel for you. It's literally like two friends talking, and that's it, And I don't want to, it's powerful though, right? Because sometimes we just need someone to talk to who understands, who's not going to judge, and who gets it on every level, right? So general readings, vent sesh. I am a past life Akashic record reader and guide, an Akashic guide. So that's opening up your Akashic records, meaning your lifetimes, your lifetimes of your soul. Don't know what's going to come through. We can connect. You can ask questions, things like that, right? I do a 1-hour channeling session with Goddess Isis and Mary Magdalene. Which is so cool, very beautiful. It's activating. There's all kinds of stuff, right? And then any other guides that want to come through for you, or ancestors or loved ones on the other side, because I'm a medium, whatever. I don't know. It's just really neat. And then I offer a 1-hour healing session. Also, you guys, it's quantum healing and activation session. So, and it's different for everyone, because everyone's, I tune into your physical body, your mental body, your emotional body. I scan your energy field, your auric field, tune into your astral bodies, things like that. Okay. So, and then I'm guided from there. So can we get an ending message? Just one more from Moonology. Don't let pride get in your way. A full moon in Leo. Look at that lion energy showing up again. Don't let pride get in your way. So for some of you guys, this is a message just right at the end about ego, anything that's an ego battle right now, or that feels that way to you. It's don't let pride get in your way. Let go of the need to be right. That's like the biggest thing. And I come from a family like that. Everyone in my family, control freaks. And I say that with love, but they are. My brother, my father, grandmother, grandfather, aunts, uncles, okay? Like, people are control freaks, and everyone wants to be right, and everyone wants to prove you wrong because they want to be right. And it's like, oh my God, I can't. You know what I mean? That's a part of my ancestral patterning and generational stuff. And for me, I'm a Libra. Like, I've always been super balanced. I don't care to be right. I would rather be happy than right. That's my motto, right? Don't let pride get in your way, and don't let other people's ego and pride. Pride is not a bad thing, but when it's, too much pride, you know what I mean? Stubborn energy, stuff like that, right? Don't let other people's shit get in your way either, okay? And don't let other people's distorted ego trigger you into a lower frequency either, right? Again, be the mirror. Show people that beautiful soul radiance. and love. Right? Okay, so you could be dealing with some of that too. People that are just, you know, that they get very triggered by your very authentic energy because it triggers their deceptive energy and their ego-driven stuff like that, right? So anyways, I'm leaving it here, you guys. I could keep going on this all day long. There it is. I was like, Spirit is saying to look at the bottom of the deck here. Look at, don't let pride get in your way. And then what did I say? Look up your south node, your north node, and your south node. Especially your north node, but your south node is just as important. That's your karmic path in life. The path that you're here to shift and learn from. Don't let your past hold you back. So don't let pride get in your way. Don't let your past hold you back anymore. Again, that confirms what I said here about what you're holding on to. Don't let it hold you back anymore. Death, Pluto in Aquarius. And here we go. This is why they told me to look at the bottom of the deck. New moon in Aries. The ram hits things head on. It's time to take action. I'm hearing on your dreams. It's time to take action on your dreams. And what's in your heart for yourself and your journey in your life at this time. Take action. Hit it head on. You will be rewarded. I love you guys. Have faith in yourself. Know that you hold extreme power and magic, just like Moses, just like Mary Magdalene, just like Yeshua, just like Isis, right? Whoever else, Aphrodite, Thor, I don't know. Okay? You possess the wisdom and knowledges of high alchemical magic for the higher and greater good of all. You are a new earth redeemer, and that is why you're here, to bring loving redemption to earth and humanity once more. So thank you for your mission. Thank you for being here on the channel, and thank you for tuning in to this 1 hour and 16-minute long message, but beautiful message. Okay, so I will see you guys soon. Namaste. Mwah.